Control Z.
Radio check 1 2, radio check 1 2, 1 2.
Hey RCT, welcome back to another video review. In this video, we're going to review the Baofeng DM32 and the Motorola APX7000 or APX7000. So I've been meaning to make this video for some time, only because I want to disclose perhaps a flaw or maybe a missed opportunity that Baofeng had while designing their version of an APX7000. There's been quite a few other radios that came out that were trying to copy or emulate the Motorola APX8000. I think there is I think it's like a Geek or something, Geek something, but it looks just like a APX8000, which is similar to this one here. The Geek Squad, a Geek, or I don't know what it's called, but I'll have to look it up in a few minutes. But there's one that looks just like this. The screen is small, has the same setup as this one. That was not as great as from what I've heard from other people that bought it and were using it. And so I think after that, shortly after that, Baofeng came out with their version of an Apex radio, which was very similar to a 7000. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at the comparison to the Baofeng DM32 and the Motorola APX7000, it's a longer screen, it's the same button layout, same PTT style, and even the front is very, very close to it. Now, it doesn't look as close as the 8000 because, again, 8000 screen is a lot smaller versus the Baofeng DM32. So I kind of wanted to show you a comparison on the radios. Obviously, as we already went through, it's a very same style. Obviously there's a button missing there. I've got the two buttons down here. I believe you can program these to any option that you like. And then the long PTT button, which I do appreciate longer PTT buttons. Baofeng is known to have their radios very small, and I guess that's what they were first known for, is these what is a UV5R, and a very small PTT. You had little buttons up here, so everyone kind of knew what this was. And you can see these in movies still to this day. I think there was some video game I was playing a long time ago, years ago, that I saw this in there because it's a very similar setup with the orange button here, blue, and then the buttons down here. So Baofeng was known for the small PTTs, and there's a few different, or quite a few versions out there now with a design that might be different in cosmetics. Honestly, they all pretty much operate the same way. Typically, they all have VHF, UHF. You can use VFO, you can use your A and B, which you can switch back and forth. Multi-screen or multi-monitoring, I guess, is what they try to go for. And of course, the single volume button here. These were good starters for me when I first started radios years and years ago. I mean, I've been using radios for years, but when these came out, I think I bought quite a few of these in 2015, 16, maybe later. I can't remember when I started buying these, but I do have the original one that's completely unlocked, and you can pretty much use these for anything. And even the back, it doesn't even say what it typically says nowadays. So it's a decent radio. It's pretty good. I've used them out in the neighborhood, and these don't get too far, but you can still kind of hear each other with some static in the background. BTECH, I think, came out not too long ago as well. BTECH is Baofeng technology. I think this is a local brand here in the US. I think someone just took those radios, upgraded firm, and said, "Here, we're going to resell them to you." Supposedly, the support is here in the U.S. instead of Baofeng is, I think it's China, and there's really no support for these radios. You buy it, and that's it. Good luck with them. But anyways, I want to show you the difference of the DM32 and then what the original Baofeng used to look like. So in these two comparisons, I think they did a great job on designing this radio. Now, a lot of people like to beef up their UV5Rs or 5Rs, whatever they have the models now. They like to upgrade these with the extended battery. Still doesn't look as pretty cool as this one here. Makes it a little bigger, but in my past videos I've explained that I'm a fan of bigger radios. It feels like it's in your hand. It doesn't feel like a toy, and it feels a little bit more rugged. Doesn't mean it is, but it just feels not like a toy, right? It feels like you're using an FRS radio with this one here in your hands. Then we have the 5RM. I got this one not too long ago. It's supposed to be 1.5 and 10 watts. Analog only, UHF, VHF. You can dual band as well here. I think I took off dual band. I'm not a fan of dual band. There's to me, I don't have to, or I don't have a need to monitor two frequencies or two bands, maybe two channels, but that's not really, again, such a necessary thing to do. If you have a radio that can scan a zone, that's even better. For example, if you're using these for whatever, security work, event, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, and you and your family are going to use different channels for different things, you might want to be able to scan different channels. The challenge with these other ones here is that you can't assign zones. I haven't really fully looked into this one just yet, but I know these two you can't do zones. It's 1 through 128, and that's it. And if you scan, you're scanning all 128. And I don't think there's a delete nuisance. There is not a skip this one and don't come back to it because there's interference. So it's very basic, right? So again, this one, they did a little better. The PTT is just a little bigger. The buttons are a little bigger. I do appreciate that. And, you know, again, where was this one at? I don't even know what this one's at. So, again, so the bigger the better. So I do like the fact that it's better. I did do a field test on this one with the 1, 5, and 10, and it still kind of struggled in the city. Maybe it's just bad location. Other people said they've done very well with distance or range or hitting repeaters, which is fine. But your antenna is really the big reason why it's going to make a distance call or not. So again, bigger buttons, almost the same setup, very similar. The screen is actually really nice on this one. Oh, I think it just died on me. Dang it. Yeah, so very nice screen. I do like that versus the traditional, I don't know what you would call that, like, I don't know, you can kind of see it's little dots here, and this one's more of a LCD. This is LCD, LED, one of those liquid crystal display. I don't know what they mean, but they are different. It looks really nice. And again, same with this one. So let's going back to this one, this Baofeng DM32 compared to the APX7000. It's really difficult to compare these only because they do different things, meaning the DM32 is a UHF, VHF, analog, and DMR, meaning digital mobile radio. So that's one type of formula. I like to call them formulas or module modes, I guess. So it does analog. You can switch from analog to digital channels just based on the way you set it up. So I think that's pretty cool that you can actually do that. One second. So this one you can set up digital. You can set up analog. You can see here. They can see on the top right. It says, let me get a good shot for you. It says DIG. Next channel says ANA, so for analog. And sorry about that. I keep getting phone calls on my work phone and no one's answering, so I think I'm going to ignore it for the rest of the day. So anyways, so this, again, you can set up. I do like the fact that you can do zones here. You can see on the bottom left, you can see zone, gives you the frequency, you can name the channel, you can make it digital, analog. So it's actually pretty nice that you can set your channels based on how you like them assigned. I think there is a CPS for this. When I first got this, I ordered this from, I think through eBay. It was pretty expensive if you ask me, only because I do see them on Amazon now and a little bit more affordable. I think like 80, 90. Comes with, of course, the pouch, the battery, and the whatever else it came with. I'll give you in a minute what I don't like and do like about this one compared to the APX7000. But so at first they didn't have the CPS, and I asked Baofeng. Baofeng said, "Oh, we don't make that radio. It's not under us." Go back to the seller. Went back to the eBay seller, and he sent me the CPS. And till this day, I haven't really set that up yet. I think pretty soon I'll do that so I can kind of see what it offers in the CPS. It is a little bit difficult to program through here as it is for any other Baofeng, but once you get the hang of it, it's a little bit easier to do what they call FPP, field front panel programming. Sorry, so FPP, front panel programming, meaning you can. Some people call it field panel programming, something like that, where you can be in the field programming, changing the tones and the modes. So that's obviously something always good that you can do. And of course, you have your VFO here somewhere where you can oscillate your frequencies if you wanted to. All right, so I'll go back to, there we go. So cosmetically, again, it looks the same. This one obviously doesn't have the same rugged texture or feeling as the Motorola does. This one's a little bit heavier, feels a bit more rugged, like you can drop it and it's going to last or survive, versus this one still feels a little bit more rugged, but it still has almost that same Baofeng plastic part to it. It doesn't have the, I guess they call this a 0.5. So these Motorola radios come in Model 1, Model 1.5, Model 2, 2.5, meaning 1 would be no screens, 0.5 would be the top screen, and then the next step would be this, the buttons, and so forth. So there's a whole line of how you can buy these Motorola's. Obviously, Baofeng, this is the only one it comes with, and you get what you get when you buy this one. Would have been cool if they came out with different versions, but again, they're all about being able to use these buttons here, the VFO or programming. So I've never seen a Baofeng where it's Model 1 or Model 2. Well, they do have Model 1, I guess. It's technically the 16 channel, kind of like the Baofeng 888S, what they call it. That would be technically a Model 1. Model 2, I don't think they have. Model 2 would be pretty much a screen and half the buttons like this. And then Model 3, obviously the screen and all the buttons here. So this one is going to be P25 and analog. So analog means they can pretty much cross talk to each other if they really wanted to. Let's see, do I even have a channel set up for that? Did it just die as well? It died. There we go. I don't remember if Baofeng has voice announcement. I'm sure if we look through it, it will have that. I don't like the voice announcement from, see, voice function. Here we go. Radio silent or on or off. I think that might be buttons. I'm not sure. Okay. So I guess it doesn't make noise, I guess, for now. We'll figure it out in a little bit. So you can use both of these radios together if you really wanted to. Again, only on analog, because both of these have the universal analog version of it and the same tones. Motorola uses PL and DPL, and I think TPL for the Moto Turbo version. And same thing with them. With the Baofeng, they use CTC, as you can see on the top there, CTC. And then if it's DCS, they'll say DCS on the top there. But I think they... Yep. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Right, so you can use both of these radios together. Check. Check 1, 2. Check. Again, only other thing you can't do is you can't use digital with the same frequency, because you get that. See, that's what you get when it's no tone, and this is DMR, and then this is going to be, let's go to
Zone 1, Channel 1.
So that's what you get when you use DMR or P25, right? So that's going to be the only thing different from both of those, is you won't be able to use the digital mode on both of these together, because again, DMR, this is P25, they're two different modes or modules, formulas, whatever you want to call them. So that's really the big differences on these, obviously, other than the technology that both of these hold within the radios. This has a whole set of other settings you can use: GNSS, APRS, zone scan, talk groups. Of course, when it's DMR, it could do a little bit more versus when it's on analog. As you can see there, the menus are going to be different. So this is a menu for analog here, and this is going to be the menu for DMR. So and you can do text messages. Okay, you can send a text message. It does work with my other DMR radios, my Moto Turbos, my XPR6550, XPR7550, SL7550. So it does work pretty good amongst those radios. Let me grab one. Let me show you. Stand by. All right, so here is a XPR6550. Check 1, 2. Check, check. So it works with that. And then this one can talk to it. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. So kind of nice that you can cross-talk or cross-reference, communicate with XPR 6550 or any DMR radio. You can technically set it up as long as you're on the same frequency and the same color. They use colors for their tones. So as long as you align the same colors as their tones, you'll be perfectly fine and be able to communicate with one another. So again, that's really what I wanted to go over as far as the differences in their capabilities. Again, this is 1, 5, and 10. This is, I think, just a max of 4 watts, I think. I'll have to put it through the SWR reader. I think it does wattage output as well, but this is a dual band, meaning you can do UHF, VHF, 7,800 megahertz. One of those two, so one of those 3 bands, you can have 2 of those on the APX7000. Where's my other radio? So the APX6000 is a single band only. So one band, it's either VHF or it's either UHF range 1, UHF range 2, or 7,800 megahertz. That's all you can have on the APX6000. On the 7000, you can have 2 bands. Again, like I said, VHF or UHF, VHF and 7.8, UHF range 1, 7.8, UHF range 2, 7.8. Okay. And then on the APX8000, you have all bands, VHF, UHF, range 1, range 2, and 7,800 megahertz, analog and P25. So that's what makes this one a very popular radio amongst the public safety now, because some departments, some agencies, some cities, counties, states, whatever, their fire is still on VHF, while police have really merged over to 7,800 megahertz. So in order to keep that communication going, not every agency has to swap over to that new band or new radio. They can maintain or use the same ones they're using and then still use the police band 7,800 megahertz. So very good innovation. If you don't know, Harris and Thales, I don't know how to pronounce the name of that other radio. Never used it, never really handled it, but there's another brand that actually has a multi-band or all-band radio. I know Harris is one of them. XG or XG100. There's one of those. And like I said, the Thales, I don't know how you pronounce it. That's another one that's one that never became popular. I'm not too sure why. When these came out all band, I think everyone lost it, because Motorola is a very well-known brand, and I think everyone, when they think of a radio, or at least a police radio, they think Motorola. So when these came out, all the agencies decided to swap over. All right, so let me show you what my little complaint is for the Baofeng DMR32. The only complaint I have for this is that it might have missed a few things that were originally designed for the APX7000 and the DM32. Now, this is the front of the radio for a APX7000. Okay, so this is the front radio. Just like these older XTS radios, okay, the XTS5000, the way it's designed is you have your radio in your hand, you navigate what you need to hear, press buttons, status, update, whatever it is you need to do. If it has text message, what is it, TMS, text message service, you can do that. And then you talk here, right? You hit your button here, you talk here, and then you listen here, right? So you kind of do everything on one side. And then you put it back on your belt clip, and it's on your belt clip, right? Right. So if it's on your belt clip, it's on your right hip or your left hip or behind you, and you got to use the radio again. You take it off your belt clip, you flip it around, you talk, and then you're done, and you put it back down, right? Now, the reason why Motorola designed the radios like this is for a few reasons. Now, think of the belt clip. I think this is probably one of the wrong belt clip. This is one of the coolest designs I've seen with belt clips. Having a belt clip and not even having that belt clip on the radio. Now, if it's a Model 1, the back doesn't have a screen, and the belt clip does go directly onto the radio, right? And so you only have the radio, and then the belt clip is back here because there's no buttons, no screens here. Now, if it has a screen or buttons here, this is the way it was designed to be used, right? This is the front of the radio. So it's on your belt clip like this, right? Just like this one. It's on your belt clip, right? Now this one, you would take it off, turn it around, use the buttons here, talk, listen, and then put it away. This one was designed to be on your belt clip. You pull it out. The screen is facing you already. You use the screen, do whatever you need to do on the screen, and you slide it right back in. You don't have to take the whole belt clip off. You don't have to flip the radio around, use a radio, and put it on your belt clip, right? You pull it out. Let me look at the screen. Put it back in, right? I'm doing this. I'm struggling here because I'm not looking at the radio directly, but that's the way it was designed because it makes it easier for you to pull out the radio and bam, you're looking at the screen, the button's right there, you're good to go, right? Obviously, if you need to talk, you flip it around because their main microphone is right here. There's a microphone back here that is supposed to be their noise canceling microphone. Meaning when you're talking the radio like this, talking into here, whatever noise is coming to the back here, it's canceling that out so it doesn't feed through the radio, right? I haven't tested it using here, but I think if you use it here, it doesn't catch it very well. I think it still catches whatever is here. So this is not meant for speaking from what I remember seeing and doing, because if you try talking on this one, it only catches what it hears on this side. All right. Now, again, the way they designed the belt clip, again, very cool because you can actually have the belt clip. Let me put this on. You have the belt clip on here. Okay. Like that. Put this on your epaulet, or what are they? People call it different names, but put this on your whatever. You can put on your shirt, your collar, whatever the case is. And you know, this is going to be like this on your side. This is going to be behind you or wrapped around you, however you put it. And you can still pull this out and use it. Okay. Oh, I got to swap channels. I got to swap zones. You know, I got to go to zone 6 or 5 or whatever. And then you put it back in. Right? Now, the Baofeng UV5R, or I'm sorry, DM32, they might have missed a few little steps. I'm going to show you why. Here's a belt clip that I ordered. It took me forever to find this belt clip. I don't think these were popular or big when it came out. They missed a few steps on here. I don't know if they understood how this was designed and how this should have been used in similarities, but you put the radio in here, oh, sorry, right, and you have access to your screen. Great. Okay. Now you put the belt clip this way, right? Just like this one, you put it here, just like this radio, put the belt clip on your belt. Okay. Now you want to use it, right? You're going to have to take the belt clip off and flip it around. Or, right, take the radio out, flip the radio all the way around, use the screen, and then put it back down. On this one, it's designed to just pull out, and you have the screen right here. Okay, pull this one out. Oh, you got to flip the screen around and then use it. So I think they forgot that this is not supposed to be the front of the radio. This is the front of the radio. So technically, it should have been like this. Right? The belt clip should have been backwards. So they might have missed that step. I don't know who made these. Obviously, I got on Amazon, 15 bucks. It took like a month to get here. But they might have missed the fact that this is not supposed to be the front of the radio. This is supposed to be the front because you talk and you listen, right? Talk, listen. Then if you need to do something, you flip it around. Now here's another flaw. On this one, right, the front is here, you listen, you talk here. You need to navigate, you flip it around here, right? With this one, again, they missed the fact that the microphone is right here. See the microphone right there? So if this is on your belt clip, take the radio out to talk, and you key up, you're not talking here. You have to flip it around, talk, check, check, 1, 2, and then flip it around to listen. To me, that's my complaint right there. That would be annoying that you have to flip it around here, talk here, and to listen, you have to flip the radio around. To me, that's a big flaw because if you're going to talk here and listen, you got to flip the radio around to listen to the speaker here, or you have to talk in the radio and turn the volume up as loud as you can, right? Let me see if that makes sense. Let me take this off. So I'm going to point the radio away. Check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Oh, I'm not supposed to be using P25.
Zone 1, channel 1.
Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Oh, geez. All right, here we go. Check, 1. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2. So here you have to listen to the radio away, or if you face it this way, then it's a little louder, right? So you're talking like this, and it has to be loud enough for you to listen to it, right? Or you turn it around, and then it's a lot more clear on what's being said. So that is where I would find that quite annoying, is that you have to keep flipping the radio back and forth to use it, right? You flip it around, you talk in it, flip it around to listen, back and forth, right? And when I'm around the house, I actually put a smaller antenna on here, but I technically lay the radio down like this, right? If I'm on the couch or on my bed, and then I have to hear it, and I gotta pick it up, flip it around, and then talk, and then put it back down. Or if you have it like this, the speaker is being blocked or muffled with the couch or the bed or the pillow or whatever you put the radio down. So that's just a personal complaint. I'm not saying it's what everyone does, but that's the reason why they designed this to be talk here, speak here, like any other radio, right? You talk here, you listen here. Talk here, listen here. You talk here, where's the microphone here, and you listen here, right? So that's really my, I guess, complaint, or I wish they would have just moved the microphone to the other side. Hopefully in the future someone does. If I don't get to it, that seems like a lot of work, so I probably won't do it. I never cracked one of these open, so I don't plan to do that anytime soon, but I will tell you that this is a better DMR radio that I've used that's not Motorola. If you're looking for a good DMR radio with pretty good audio clarity, the distance, I don't know, I haven't tested this radio out just yet, but as this one is 10 watt, this is 10. Maybe the antenna a little bit better, maybe the DMR will reach a little bit further, so I'm actually really excited to start testing this one in the field. But this is a good radio. This really is a good radio. I wouldn't trade this for any of the UV5Rs or 5RMs. This is definitely one that I would like to carry around or use it preferably before I even use this one, only because this is still a great radio, but this one, for some reason, I do like the screen. I do like the audio is not bad at all. So, all right, team, that's all I have. Let me know if you have any questions or comments, or if I'm complaining too much, just let me know. I know I am. But this is just to review both of these radios to see, number one, the cosmetics, and number two, that flaw that they might have missed, and that's okay. Baofeng's not really close to Motorola, or they're not essentially competing. Baofeng has their own goal and their own audience that they're attending to, so they've been doing very good. They've been making a lot better radios. There is a radio that I just saw that came out not too long ago. I'll have to look up what that model is, but it kind of looks like an old business band radio. It kind of almost looks like this the XPR, or it almost looks like a CP200. It looks very nice, and I might be getting that soon only because I kind of want to see what it does. And it's supposed to be a DMR analog. So again, I'm a fan of having a radio that does both, because at the end of the day, if analog is not doing this trick, I guarantee you DMR will push a little bit further as long as you're using the right band. Again, I just did a test on P25 VHF. It didn't work as much as I thought it would, even at being P25. Analog didn't work. P25 didn't work. Sometimes that band is not the band that you need to push through. It's concrete. See that picture right there. If you're talking through concrete walls, concrete construction, UHF is really the way to go. If your agency is using 700-800 megahertz, you just got to make sure you have the repeaters in the right spot, because it does almost act the same with the same wattage and the frequency that you're using. So it really depends on the band that you're using, and obviously the power. So, all right, team, that's all I have. Let's do what do we think, radio check over now. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to follow, like, subscribe, comment, forward. I'm not too sure what we do nowadays on YouTube. I'm almost to 8,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty awesome if we get there. Again, I do this all out of my pocket as a hobby to help you. Like I said before, there are some times when I search for videos and I can never find videos. So I'm doing it for you and for myself. So if anyone has any curiosity on the comparison, the setup, what it does, you can always come to my channel and start surfing, or just leave me a comment or a review and say, hey, I would like to see this review, and I could definitely do that. I know someone asked me if I can do a review on the speaker mics. They'll be coming up soon on if there's any difference in some of them doing noise cancellation or being louder than the other ones. Very good question. So I think I'm going to put that to the test, especially for those who are, operators, I guess you would call them, someone that wants to be tactical and have the best communication gear. I'm all for it. I'm all here to help you for that. All right, feel free to, again, like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram. I have a giveaway coming up soon for the Paxton radios. Trying to get those off my shelves. I never use them. Don't need them. I really want to get rid of those, and maybe they can go to someone else. Oops, I hit the DTMF. See? If you don't know you can do that, you can definitely do that. Maybe I'll do another video of how to show you how to do that. I think you can also do this. You can press the PTT and press all the buttons, and it'll go to the other radio. All right, team. Radio check. Over and out. All right, team. Sorry, one more thing. I forgot to complain about the belt clip. Let me show you really quickly about the Motorola belt clip. Like as I was showing you before, you can have this on. You can still pull the radio out if you need to use it, change channels or zones or whatever it is you need to do. Kind of nice. This one, what I've noticed is this one, when you put this in here, am I too high? I might be too high. Let me lower you. All right, so this one, you can still use your speaker mic if you like that. The speaker mic that I found is very, very close to what the Motorola one looks like. Kind of neat, very nice. It does have the volume low and high, and then the emergency button up here on top. Swivels just like this one does. Very nice. It says waterproof. Hopefully it is, and hopefully it holds up to what it's saying it needs to do. So very cool. Haven't used that. This one doesn't have it. So let's put the speaker mic on the Baofeng DM32, and you're going to see my complaint. I know this is full of complaints, I know. Let me see if I can back this out a little bit. So now you have this, right? You have it on, turns on. I already told you this is the belt clip. You got to take it out to look at your screen. But, it works. Very cool. Now I want to take it out to change zones or do text message. You can't take it out because they should have cut this out here, just like this one is cut out. See, this whole belt clip looks like this. And this one, see, now I gotta take this off. Oh, see, that's a problem. It looks like this. So they should have left this open and this open, or at least they should have left this top portion open here. And I might do that. I think I can get like one of those grinders, little tiny grinders, and just kind of cut this off here. And I might even open this up a little bit more so I can see the screen without having to do this number. It's still not bad. You can still see the screen for the most part. Not a problem. But and I don't know. Maybe I'm complaining too much, and I'll probably leave it how it is. But this is going to be another problem here if I do have this open here. Just like the Apex, you can take this off and put it somewhere. Sometimes they sell the ones with the little rubber on top here, so you can leave it like this. Otherwise, Baofeng needs to figure out how to take this off with the ability of being able to attach it back on there. And I'm sure it's in there, so I don't want to pop it off because I won't be able to pop it back in there if I ever needed to. So, but that's just my analysis or my thoughts on how they should have made the belt clip. I know the belt clip is not directly Baofeng's problem or issue because they didn't design it, but in the future, maybe someone can make one that's a little bit more accessible with the speaker mic attached, and it doesn't really obstruct moving this, and a little bit more durable because you can see this is a little bit more tougher, and this one's just really thin and flimsy. We'll see. We'll have to take it to the test. I'll order another one, and I'm pretty sure this is not going to last, especially with belt clip being very thin, very, very thin. All right, team. For reals, over Radio Check over now. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching.